Everybody want to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Could we have a roll call, please?
You sure can. Jason Belt.
Present.
Don Cummings.
Present.
Donnie Robbins, secretary, is here. Jeanette Baker.
Present.
James Cobb.
Present.
Jennifer Eccles. Joe Hubbard. Paul Jackin. Jerry Spindler.
Present.
Mr. President, we have a quorum.
All right.
No.
Barely.
Are there any modifications to the agenda?
Just note that the last 5 checks in the checkbook are not reflected on this month's report. They will be on next month's. They were bills that came in after I already sent you the packet.
Okay. Does that require or
No, I'm just noting it. You can seek a motion to approve the consent agenda.
all right.
So moved.
Second.
All right, perfect. All in favor? Right. On to committee reports.
We have no committee reports. However, I would like to convene the budget committee because we are going to hopefully pass our budget at the September meeting. So. Budget committee members are Jeanette, Jennifer, and Jerry. I don't think Jennifer will be able to fulfill that at this time. So Jeanette and Jerry, is there a time next week where we could all get together?
Thursday morning.
That's for the Bloom Johnson County.
Yeah, but after that, I'm free until 1.
Okay, so like Don, on next Thursday.
No, you mean Jerry?
Jerry.
I have the morning open, yes.
So even if we want to start earlier, like at 8?
Yeah.
To do the budget and then move on after that if need be.
So 8 o'clock at the visitor center?
Sure.
Perfect.
Okay,
And that's next Thursday.
yeah. And then 9 to 12 volunteering with the rest of us,
If needed. Yeah.
if needed.
All right. Any other committee reports?
No, not at this time.
Nope. Any old business?
No, there's no old business.
All right, moving on to new business.
Okay, grant request. So, as you probably saw on Teamwork, we did have a grant request this month. We've got the gentleman from Faraday Toys here. He'd like to partner with us, Old Town Greenwood, the library, and various people to convert part of their store into a welcome center or information kiosk with brochures. They were originally seeking a grant from us that was going to be run through Old Town Greenwood, who would install everything. But knowing that our organization is actually the experts on putting together a visitor center, I think it actually makes more sense. If you want a visitor center in Greenwood at that location, to just task Felicia and I to go there, assess the situation, determine what wall and window graphics and what racks work for us and for Faraday, and just let us go. So before we discuss, I'll just have him come up and share a little bit about his vision. This is Aaron Wardwell, one of the owners.
All right.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So when we expanded in January, we expanded to take up the entire upper level of Walkhouse Plaza. And that left us with some extra space. And one of the things I noticed was when you look at the Welcome Center sign that's on the retention wall, you cannot look at it without seeing our stall. So I thought it was my brother and I both decided that it was a absolutely great idea to take a 12 by 15 area of the star and dedicate it to the city of Greenwood and the organizations around it. So what we would like to do is have a space where we can have some physical information packets, some like a bind off accommodation options, a bind off with information about all the individual stalls, and then also feature event information and just general information about the city itself. We're also working on I was given access to a book that was all about the history of the city of Greenwood. So I'm working on figuring out how to incorporate that into the space, and also a way to show the outwalk of the local artists.
Okay.
Okay.
So is the 12 by 15 area have a window or storefront, or is it in the back?
It is the right front corner of the original storefront.
Okay.
So it would run from the doorway to the wall, and then from the doorway to the doorway that leads in between the two spaces.
Okay.
Yeah, so it would have a plenty of window space to hang flyers, hang signage, things like that.
So Ken, I know that we talked about this. What was your vision in terms of like what would go in there? We obviously wouldn't staff it, but
Yeah, so I would anticipate, depending on how much material we anticipate, a rack or a couple of racks. Similar to our 250th display, that wall is all a PVC graphic. Maybe something like that, so when you walk in, there's a bit of a wow factor, like welcome to Greenwood and an information symbol and some of the partnering agencies logos, just so you know when you walk in the space, oh, this is the info kiosk. There's some racks and maybe like a chair and a little table or something, just to, when you walk in, you know exactly what it is. Obviously, we're not gonna do 3D exhibits and all the stuff we do with Franklin, but just, if we're gonna do this,
right.
make sure it looks right.
So then I think was the grant for
Well,
2,500?
apparently we're not going to do a grant because they're not eligible, so you would just basically make a motion to authorize us to go in and design, and we can actually pay for this out of a visitor center budget, so. It'd just be a,
Oh, so that would just be, oh, okay.
It was
yeah, it wouldn't,
2,500 was the amount, give or take.
PVC panel, you never know, we might end up going a little more, 35.
Should we make a motion to go up to 35 and make it easier for you, or?
No, I would say just let us go assess the space.
It is John Young, CDT attorney. And as part of that, we have worked on a very simple agreement, because my understanding is there will be a brochure rack.
Yeah.
Other than signs and stuff, we would, CDT would purchase a rack, maybe a couple of racks to promote the CPT festival country. So for those actual materials, the racks that we're supplying, a very simple agreement that it would be the property of the CPTs. Faraday Toys is allowed use. Some control over, what goes on to those racks.
No other competitors, guys, but I'm sure
Right.
Yeah,
he wants to keep it Greenwood and our.
yes, and my understanding is the store would also, have materials that it may want to promote. So a very simple agreement, just in terms of what we would purchase.
Yeah.
And offer to them, so we would pay.
And would it be countywide as well? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, our guide is countywide,
Yeah,
so. and
okay.
Our materials would be.
John, do you see that including something for, say this has to come to an end, we have an agreement, one party wants to get out of it, or?
It does, it says
Okay.
like if they wanna end, they can end.
They need
after
the
30 days.
space
We
for
can
business.
pull it as well,
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's standard in.
Great.
Very, very simple, just make sure we have that for state.
Sure, right.
Do we have any other discussion items? No.
Aaron, you came in originally looking for money, and then now we're saying, well, how about we provide a bunch of stuff? Basically assistance in getting it set up and materials and all that. Does that satisfy you? the itch you were trying to scratch?
What I really want to do is have this space in the store. So I'm not really worried about how I get it. I just want to get it.
You got it.
There you go.
That's what I wanted to hear. You're enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
That'll help bring people into your store. It'll help the other vendors in Greenwood.
Yeah, and since we've opened, we've advertised for local businesses and we've supported all of the local groups. We have a partnership agreement with the library. So it's one of those things I just want to make it an official like thing that we can maintain and we can really blow up a little bit and make it better.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Perfect.
thank you.
I'll make a motion if you're ready.
Any more discussion? All right, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion up to 3,500. Would that be?
Let's just make a motion to authorize the staff to assess and install
Work within the budget.
a information kiosk there. We'll
Yeah.
keep it at, because I don't know exactly what the PVC is going to cost. I mean, it could go slightly over, so.
I'm good with that being the motion. So the motion as it stands is that we authorize the team to assess and then move forward on this.
Okay. Do I have a second? All right.
I'll second.
All right.
Or did somebody?
Yep.
I did.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear. Sorry.
You wanna go ahead?
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Like,
All opposed. All right. Congratulations.
All right, you actually don't have to stay around the meeting. We'll be in touch. We'll get you the agreement. We'll set up a time to come and visit you. That's this. You're welcome to stay around if you like meetings. Well, yeah, absolutely.
We have more skydiving stories.
Yeah, I mean, it is just getting interesting.
Okay. On to the treasurer's report.
Oh,
Nope.
another grant.
Oh, we have another one.
So, last month you approved the payment for the international artist. Ran the contract by John. He is prepared to sign off on all the provisions. There's nothing that's a red flag, but it's a pretty boilerplate contract for them, so they're not going to, make all kinds of provisions. He did discover one thing, and I'll let him address that with you, and then I'll take over again.
The contract for an artist like this in his studio is, they're not going to negotiate. But if we do end up in litigation, you'll be sending me to Sao Paulo, Brazil, which I'm excited about. Yeah, and Ken would need to go as well.
Yeah, come on.
And this is something that my firm has experienced with other government entities and State Board of Accounts. State Board of Accounts is not real hot on taxpayer dollars, with the innkeeper's tax revenue, especially going out of country to purchase a product where you're not receiving it, prior to payment. And that is just something that the Board of Cobra is just not going to negotiate with. So in order to alleviate that issue, I suggested, how about have Old Town Greenwood go ahead and enter into the contract, because they do not have any of the restrictions on how they spend their money or where it goes to, like the CVT does. And then, and this will be part of, I believe, the motion for the grant, that ownership of the artwork will go to the CVT immediately upon delivery. And I have also prepared an assignment, because the contract does say you can assign your rights under the contract, okay, upon agreement of the parties. So once the product is delivered, then the contract will actually be assigned to the CVT, which should be a better situation for the artists, because we are an organized government entity. So this is just a way to deal with how to get the artwork over here without State Board of Accounts asking a lot of questions. So what you are, or what Ken's going to ask you to approve, is Old Town Greenwood has submitted a grant for the same thing that you approved previously to buy the artwork. And simply, this is going to be a grant to them, and they will actually sign the contract with the artist. So, and they'll pay them. And then on top of that, once we do get that back, like we did, I think with Coogee Alley, we will get some sort of an agreement with the property owner, you
Yes,
know, in
definitely.
terms of installation that will come later on. The CBT, my understanding is, or the grant is not going to be for any more money than the CBT initially approved into entering the contract. And I think that's just a cleaner way to do it. So State Board of Accounts isn't saying, hey, why'd you spend $50,000 before you even received anything back?
Mhm.
You know, so that would be their concern, but I think this addresses the issue.
So I've prepared a motion, but John, did you,
No, go ahead.
did you, oh, you didn't cross anything out?
No,
Oh,
that's fine.
You've already talked to Old Town Greenwood?
Yes, they're completely on board. They want to see this happen.
And what if somebody has to go to São Paulo later? And
That's
they're the
me.
You
one-
can go, Don.
No, I just mean, and they're the ones
Hey.
that sign, does that put some liability on them? They're too small to handle?
Well, and also, and Ken has worked all of this out. We are going to be responsible for the insurance. We will be doing all the shipping. So essentially, the CVT is going to make sure, you know, and give all assistance necessary to Old Town Greenwood to make this happen. But by doing it this
So-
way,
Yeah, so UPS allows a 50,000 limit per package, so we're packaging each set of wings separately and insuring them each for $50,000. So if they get stolen or damaged on transport pack, we're pretty much breaking even, so. It's,
Do we have to rescind our earlier vote? And to de-offer?
I don't think you need to rescind it. I think it's in Ken's motion,
Yeah.
stated appropriately.
we'll just supersede it, so who would like to make a motion? It involves some reading, so.
I'm out.
It doesn't matter.
What the, oh my gosh.
That's the text of the
Right.
motion.
Bear with me.
I'm gonna work for John after this career is over. I apparently can write legal
I
stuff.
could before.
Okay.
All right,
All right, do we have a motion?
I make a motion to approve a $100,000 grant to Old Town Greenwood, Inc. for the Imago Butterfly Project with stipulations that Old Town Greenwood will execute the contract for artist services as posted on Teamwork. CVT will provide the funds to OTG in accordance with the payment schedule of the artist. That OTG will use the funds to satisfy the payment schedule of the artist we are contracting with. Festival Country will handle and assume the cost of the transportation of the artwork to and from the artist and ensuring the artwork against loss or damage. That control of the contract when the artwork is received back from the artist will be assigned back to Festival Country, Indiana. And that the sole ownership of the artwork will belong to Festival Country, Indiana.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Any further discussion? All right. All approving, say aye. Aye. All opposed. All right. Perfect.
You want this for the record? Sure.
Okay, any more grant requests?
Before we move on, we'll go to the slide that shows the concepts. All right. So I want to just lay the groundwork of what happens next. So the touch points along the way, one of them was the contract. We all review that, our attorney reviewed that. The next is concepts. And now when we talk about concepts, this is basically us being proactive and having a backup. But how this process works is like any artist, Cobra has read about the project, understands the project. He is going to have his own interpretation of what would work well, because like a plain mural on a building is one thing, but having 4 separate panels, you can see, like if we were to feature Caitlin Clark as an example, you could possibly do it where you can do the work on her face and then have her holding the ball, but it may end up being too difficult. He may just end up putting his style on something like that. So we want to give him obviously first crack at creative concepts, and that's how he operates. Obviously, he's internationally famous and his stuff turns out awesome. So we receive his concepts. I'll share them with you. It's not so you can say like, oh, tell Cobra to move the yellow there and bring in orange, or like it's just so that you can be satisfied that it's his style, it's his colors. It's nothing offensive, not that he would, but it's just so that we can do our due diligence and you can review it. We're not, none of us are art critics or art experts.
I only have one requirement.
Let's hear it.
That requirement is if we go with American Gothic, that the gentleman farmer's face is replaced by Ken's. Because if they look like their cousins. That's my only requirement.
That was my question was, do we have No. So, do we have to worry about any likeness of celebrities or anything like that
That's
being
an excellent
utilized?
question. I've researched that.
Okay.
I'm not an attorney, but
Okay,
but apparently, as long as you don't use a copyrighted photo and replicate it exactly, you're allowed to use celebrity likenesses.
okay.
Well,
So,
So we could use you with your approval too, so.
well, I am.
There you go.
Legal celebrity.
A lot of Cobra's art has kind of a painted black and white version of some photograph of some face you will recognize.
Correct.
And you're saying, hey, you didn't have to pay for any of those, huh?
Correct. So I'm gonna let you share a few copies of this. So one of the concepts that we came up with actually after it was all posted on Teamwork was this one of obviously this is kind of cool. This shows you what he could do and just adding that kind of overlay. But this is one picture like that girl, instead of holding a book, like holding a butterfly in her hand, like but facing you, and then same way the boy really brought up and with the net. So that's just one example. And then the net could be facing the smaller butterfly, which would be to the side of it. So that's just one concept. Celebrities, he obviously does great with those. And then if you look at his work, he does a lot with like art. So depending on what he shows us, if he says like, hey, do you have any additional ones that inspire you, we could send these along. But really, I'm guessing that what he provides us will wow us.
So did you send that list that we worked on in Teamwork, and he's just gonna kind of filter through that, or did you give him any guidance?
No, we just told him about the project. That's the way they work. Like, they don't want you to like put something in there
In his head?
They just want to go like, okay, here's what I envision for the space. And then once they share that, we go like, okay, have you thought about this? Or we love it. You know.
Okay.
So
So pretty much we're just waiting for his, is the concept just gonna be,
he's gonna sketch it out.
he's gonna sketch it out? Okay.
Don knows, I mean, even Don and I sat on the Color the County committee. And even those artists, the one that was selected, you know, a few people like, hell, could we change this and that? And the organizers are like, no, the artists, like, we selected them because we love it. We can ask for like one or two minor changes. But so if we give that respect to a local artist, I think we would probably give the same or more to Color. I'm not gonna micromanage it.
Right.
So
By the way, I was watching a movie 2 weeks ago, and one of this guy's murals just happened to be in the movie. Showed
Okay.
up 3 or 4 times on the building. We recognized the style right away.
All right.
so Ken, you sent these pictures to Cobra or?
no.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, how it works is we do not influence his initial thought. We just let him know of the project. Like there's 18 butterflies and a different artist and like your style. And
Yeah, you could give him some direction in terms of this is sort of what we're looking to achieve.
once he gives the
And then
concepts,
he-
that's when we can push back if he's completely off the mark.
No?
But I've just never seen any of his art that I don't
Right.
love.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be good.
So
Do we have any idea that turnaround to getting I guess the mocks or whatever?
next week,
Oh, okay.
Yay.
contract and mock-ups next week.
Awesome.
And then we approve them 30 days. I take those crates to UPS, insure them, pay for them, send it down, and 30 days later,
Awesome.
Yeah, and I was telling Jason, and I wanted to share this with you just so you know a little bit about the process. So we had probably 10 more artists than we could have room for. So every artist that came in, we had full consensus between Amy, the artist project lead, and myself on whether somebody was a yes, a strong maybe, or a no. So we organized that and then had Felicia, for every artist, take their concepts, their written description, whether they were getting an adult or a child, any comments. So we set up, I think, 20 interviews over the course of 4 days. Used this book as like the Bible, had a sheet of questions and things to tell them how you get paid, who you contact, blah, blah, blah. Blew through that process in like 4 days. A few days later, gave them all their wings, and they're being painted now. So it was like start to finish, less than a week.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
Yeah, appreciate all the work on that. I guess, is there any further discussion on this? Any questions? Nope. Ken, do you have anything else regarding this or the grants?
nope, that's all I got.
Okay, let's move to treasurer's report.
Okay. For the tax period June paid July, the Johnson County Treasurer's Office collected $134,556.32, which is up from $101,070.89 for the same month in 2025. That is $3,000 more than our best month on record, which was last month. Our collections are up more than 30% year over year. At the end of June, the CVT's checkbook balance was $422,124.28. Expenses presented in the month of July total $140,982.73. In July, there were 6 deposits totaling $323,035.35, and there was $3.46 paid in interest. At the end of July, the CVT's checkbook balance was $642,950.46. Expenses presented in the month of August total $132,267.62. These details have been shared on Teamwork for review. Claims are scheduled to be paid following tonight's board meeting.
All right, thank you. Mr. Young? Nothing? All right. I do not have anything really to report. Trying to think. If you guys haven't been to the Trafalgar Amphitheater, I know that we have the signage up now. So does that at night, does that have like neon, or is it just
It will, the electric
Okay.
will be installed before the next event. Is that Battle of the Bands? Yeah, in late August. So
Okay.
it's on schedule. It'll start glowing at every event in a couple
Awesome.
weeks.
Perfect. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess on to Ken's report.
All right. Just a few housekeeping matters before we get into the PowerPoint. I'd like to give Don the gold star for, we talked about distributing these butterfly wings. We have one artist who's from Greenwood, but now lives in Michigan. She's legally blind and couldn't come and get her wings. Don, you know her?
Yeah, was a selected artist.
She's very talented, like amazing. So Don transported her wings there, made a trip, and appreciate that, Don. Thank you for your contribution.
Yeah, thank you, Don.
Jerry does.
The next month, we're going to have a 5 p.m. executive session in that room to discuss employees in advance of our 6 p.m. meeting where we'll approve the budget. So in the interim, obviously, the budget committee will be meeting and finalizing that. Paul Jacquin texted me about an hour before the meeting and let me know that due to his just busy schedule and inability to make the meetings, he's resigning from the board. So Mayor Myers and Lauren are aware of that now, and apparently they have at least one possible replacement. So I'll let you know as soon as I hear anything about that.
When was his term?
I don't print.
I guess
the full
let's
agenda.
assume that it
End
was
of
the
the
end of
year.
this year. So
Yeah.
would that person?
Paul is
End of this year.
12/31/26.
Okay. So then whoever they, I guess, appoint would.
Then he'll be reappointed
Yeah,
to.
reappointed. Okay.
Yeah, and that's all I have. So let's, yeah. So let's. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. So, I believe I posted this on Teamwork, but so Sarah Beth in Edinburgh has made great progress on the downtown plaza. This is a concept that both she and I like because it's got the music venue. It's got a splash pad in the middle. So 120 days a year, moms and kids and dads can gather around this space, support and hopefully attract new businesses, ice cream, restaurants, and things like that. And then during a concert, the splash pad can be shut off and people can sit there and watch the concert. So
Until the middle of the concert, right?
what's that? And turn it
Until the
on.
Middle of the concert.
Yeah, it's part of the fun.
It might be the stage depending on the artist.
You know,
Yeah.
just make it the cooling zone.
So Edinburgh is working with the Community Foundation and may circle back with us potentially for a slight additional appropriation. We'd love to make this plan happen in its entirety and also allow the town to buy the Pixie Theater and convert it to something successful like the Art Craft does. Those two things could transform that downtown, be the catalyst to make it as successful as Bargersville or Franklin. So that's the goal with that. Dustin Brenton, we tasked him with, here, we're giving you $2,500 grant. If you can secure an exponential amount of publicity for us, we'll give you an extra 2,500. He took that to heart. Every time he was on TV, he was wearing that shirt. You saw the full report. This is a low estimate. He was being conservative in his estimate, but at the minimum provided us with over 13,000 worth of free media. So did a great job for our inaugural foray into filmmaking. So very pleased with that.
I don't think he has any incentive to load up on the gas pedal.
That's what I told him. I said, hey, you got your second check. Keep your foot on the gas. You know, you're going to be back someday with another film. So keep making us proud. So the staff reports are in the back of the presentation, but I did want to highlight that Felicia created the elements for a craft beer passport. So Don knows this young lady named Rachel, who again broached the idea of doing a craft beer passport. So again, quick turnaround in a couple of days. Felicia designed, what are all the components? Coasters, posters, table tents, t-shirt. Do we have those on one of the slides? I believe we do. Yeah. And a sales thing to take out to the breweries. Like, hey, this is what we're providing for you. This is what you have to do, which is very little. She went out to 9 breweries and got 9 yeses. So this thing's going to launch.
They designed something that's relatively labor free for the brewers.
Yeah, they don't have to stamp anything. It's basically the patron goes online, submits their receipts to us using an online form. We mail their t-shirt. We'll set up one of those online stores at Spotlight Strategies. As soon as an order comes in, we email it to them. It's fulfilled and it's out the door. So
Rachel had enough experience in these kind of businesses to know that stamps and punches don't work very well because the next employee who came to the door doesn't know where somebody laid it down or they weren't trained on the system or they arrived after the training. All these reasons, the self-reporting reason takes everything really off the brewer other than to put out some of these materials, which then explains the program to patrons.
yeah, we had prepared all this, had a meeting with her, and she goes, I love all 8 of those. Just change these 2 things because of reasons like that. And we're like, okay, we're not out at these craft brew places. You know that better than us.
So, pardon my ignorance on it, but how does this work? So do you if I go into Oak and Barrel, is there like a QR code sign there? I can go, oh, cool, and scan that and then start the process?
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be on a table tent, it'll be on a poster, it'll be on your coaster, things like that. So
cool.
You shouldn't be able, and it will do social media publicity. All the craft brew places will do it. So the word should spread. We could add it to our Visit Indiana fall campaign because we're needing some attractions. So we could really spread the word, get the people in, do it. And for the price of a t-shirt, we've supported an industry that, really could use our support at this time.
Awesome.
So let's go back.
Oak and Barrel signed up today. I think Rachel said she had 4 or 5 others already.
She said she got yeses from everyone, just awaiting the forms from a few of them. So yeah, she's done a bang up job. Yeah, yeah.
Great.
So we talked about the butterfly content that Felicia created so that we could handle those artists. We continue to leverage our partnerships. Brochure rack at the Arc, getting our logo on the Edinburgh Regatta Ducks. After the meeting, we came up with that idea like, hey, we're sponsoring this. Let's get our logo on the bottom of all those. That's a picture. So if you could, you can't zoom in, but if you could, you would see that our guides are among the ones on that table. So anywhere that state festival vehicle goes, our guides go. So that's part of my being a board member there, and also us being an advertiser. Here's one. So Jerry and Don, I think, kind of spearheaded this. It was the state was setting up these websites. So like if somebody was looking to move to an area, we could populate the state website with what's great about Greenwood, Franklin. We were among the first to get our communities listed. One aspect of that was that they were looking for local guides. So if somebody read that website and goes, oh, I'm interested in Greenwood, I want to connect with a local guide. A lot of counties just pick random citizens like, oh yeah, Joe's nice, we'll connect with Joe. Problem is, we can't control if Joe gets back with those people. So I made myself the local guide. So I get these leads that come in, and within like 20 minutes, I'm back providing full information as the community expert. You know, here's tourism materials. Here's everything you need to know. If you're looking for job stuff, I'll refer you to Aspire. So that's just the upshot of, if you're going to participate in that program, you should be on it. And when you do get those leads, fulfill them. So that's kind of what that's all about. And then you probably saw in the paper that the Department of Art received a $250,000 grant, and there were some other grant recipients that couldn't use their funds. So Ready circled around and gave the city of Franklin $275,000 for a mural on their water tower. And they've got a famous artist in mind that they'd love to have continuous work on that. So that's some good news on that front. Oh, wanted to also let you know we did a professional photo shoot with more than a dozen individual models, couples, and families. We're awaiting those images, but we're super excited about that. Just some minor things like we redid our website's error page. So if you get an error, it's actually fun and you could win a prize. And we created based on Mackenzie being out at these concerts and what the public wants, we created a page of events that are strictly amphitheater concerts. So and again, like Shelby's been doing a bang up job with the influencers, 100,000 plus views. So as we all know, our advertising is great, but the public also resonates with these influencers. So that's why we've upped the number of those each year. Oh, there's the error page. That's what you get. Congrats, you found a page that no longer exists and you can win a prize.
What is the prize? Just out of curiosity.
Anything of $20 or less at the visitor center. So like go find an error and go in there. We had 48,000 unique users in June. That's really strong. Again, people are looking to us for festivals and events and things like that. Placer highlights. Visitation continues to be up. Chicago, Indy, Louisville, like that 3-4 hour radius continues to be strong, and we're bringing the people in. One of the top events was Firecracker Fest, which saw, if you count that whole area, 16,400 visits. Again, strong numbers for the Smith Travel Report, and that coincides with Jeanette's Treasurer's Report, us setting another record. Mm-hmm. And that's our finances as they stand. We're funding these great projects. Don just signed some checks and still maintaining that balance despite going out and doing great things. The amphitheater, butterflies, this art endowment. So
visitor centers.
Enough visitor center.
How many more hotels do we have coming into Johnson County in the next 5 years?
2, the one that's under construction now, one boutique hotel that's just got announced in Franklin, but I've heard there's another 1 or 2 in Greenwood.
There could be, yes.
Another 1 or 2 in Bargersville. So, I mean, we're going to probably double our operation.
That's why I asked that question.
Is there gonna be one by the arc?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I believe a letter of an intent was sent in, so.
Okay.
Where else would you put one in Bargersville? Oh, maybe along the.
Off the 69
State there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I want to put that.
Couple of them.
Yeah.
it's exciting. You know, before we were an organization, there wasn't much interest in hotels. Our economic impact was declining 0.5% a year. Dana Monson was running this like part-time. And she commissioned one of those reports and it showed a decline. Ever since we've been doing this operation and putting the investment in, it's risen every year. So it's working and we're contributing to quality of life. So really pleased with how everything's going.
Awesome.
Here's some reminders, the fall party again. We've set the date for the budget committee. Jeanette has the reconciliation. We don't have the minutes. We'll bring them and this month's minutes for you next month.
Aaron, that word partners, that means you.
Yeah.
You down today.
Put that on your calendar. Come to Mallow Run at that time.
There's public comment, I have a comment.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So, my father actually told me today that he's got a case with an attorney out in Indianapolis, and he and his wife lived in Shelbyville, I believe in Shelbyville. And my father brought up with him, today on a conversation, our office is in Franklin, he goes, Franklin. He goes, we were looking for something to do, I think last Friday. And he goes, my wife said, let's go to Franklin. And my dad didn't ask how she found out about it or whatnot, had never been here before. Found out that Jurassic Park was playing at the Artcraft. So I don't know how that message got out there, but my dad wanted me to let the board know that, the message is getting out, it's bringing people to trying like Johnson County. So,
Nice.
pat on.
There we go.
Yeah, we've had some folks from Carmel that were just in the visitor center this past week. The city of Bloomington reached out and they want to meet with me. They like what we're doing and want to ask some questions because they're unveiling a new brand and trying to incorporate it into everything they do. And they've heard that we were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently
Awesome.
They're just
Where they-
festival kind.
Just south of Festival Country. That's how they could rebrand it.
I'm selling licenses to satellite operations. So yeah.
Suspicion their tagline will be, we win.
Google us. That's what it'll be.
Yeah.
All right.
Love that.
Any more, public comments? Nope. All right. Let's move to adjourn. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All right. Second
And seconded.
and closed.